Hey everybody, this is your girl Deborah Coco, and welcome to the Just Give Me the Mic show where we pass the mic to you so you can tell the world who you are and what it is that you do. Welcome. To be a featured guest on the show, make sure you send us an email to justgivemethemic12@gmail.com. Also subscribe to Just Give Me the Mic on YouTube and check us out on Sundays at 8 and 10 p.m. on BronxNet Channel 68 and on MNN Network. But for now, sit back and enjoy the show.
Deborah Coco, just give me the mic show. Bronx Net Channel 68 on your cable. RC and the fire, Spectrum Cable Vision, Time Warner, MNN. Tell a friend if you don't know. It's twice on Sundays. Let us all say, just give me the mic. It's on your airwaves. Tell a friend, tell a friend.
And we are back. I'm sitting here with my second guest. Sensomatic is in the building, representing the Bronx, right?
That's right.
Yes, from the Boogie Down Bronx, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, thank you for joining me. Now, we've actually seen each other once, right? At a previous event. Shout out to Otis Curtis Pope for
That's
that,
right.
right? We was at Madden's in the Bronx.
Madden's Uptown.
Yeah, and he always talks to me. He used to come up to me, I need you to interview my dude, my guy. You know, he's doing his thing, got his music and everything. So I actually got to meet you at Madden's.
Absolutely.
And to see you perform.
Yes.
And that was a really nice event, right?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
It was a good thing. Shout out to my brother Otis Pope, Ghost, West 176th Street Entertainment,
Right.
for giving me that opportunity to pull through. Yeah, it was a good thing.
Yes. So when I noticed when you was performing, like your performance was different than everybody else because you seem to be more conscious in your lyrics, right?
Absolutely.
Which is good. I like that because we need to have a variety of music. Everything can't be party time, throw your hands up, and everything like that. You need someone to really have a message. Now, do you remember the song that you did that night?
I did two songs. I did one song called Lake Erie. That particular song was about just growth and development as a black male,
Right.
Coming of age. And the second song I did was called Mind Right, which is basically just trying to stay focused on my goals and driving from point A to point Z and finishing something that I started.
No, that's a good thing. So it looks like your music is representative of where you are right now, right?
Absolutely.
And I like the one that you said about the first song about men, you know, going through.
Seriously, you know.
Yeah, let's talk about that a
Well,
little bit.
Lake Erie, I really looked at myself, you know. I have an 8-year-old. I have a child who has a disability.
Okay.
And I'm at a challenging period in my life, you know, where I'm working a career and I'm trying my best to be my own business owner and my own entity as an artist and as a music producer and get myself out there. So, yeah, I'm challenged on a daily basis.
It's a hard
But,
balance.
yeah,
It's not easy.
it's
when you have
definitely-
the
it's
personal
definitely
life,
hard.
You have, you know, your job, you have your family.
Yes.
And then you also have this passion on the side.
Yes.
Like, look, you know,
Yeah.
I have this music in me. And but you writing your music and you're also producing
Yes.
at the same time. So you're wearing two hats under that one
Feels
lane
like
right
three.
there. Yeah, because, it's the writing, it's the producing, and it's also marketing and promoting yourself
right.
once you produce this music.
Absolutely.
So that's a challenge. That's 3-4 different elements right there.
It just keeps growing.
I know. So for you,
Yes.
do you produce the beats first or do you write the lyrics first and produce music to go with your lyrics?
I do.
How is that? That's how you do it?
I make my beats first.
Okay.
And then I sort through what I do like and what I feel is incomplete. And once I start to have those particular projects that are done,
Right.
then I'll start writing them. And they give me the mood, each beat. Like Sean said, you know, it gives me the mood to write,
Right.
you know, and then that's how I go at it.
Yeah, but the thing about it with you is like good because, I mean, both elements I'm saying are good. But the thing is, first you're sitting down and you're being creative with the music. You have to create whatever sound. Like, do the sounds come to you? Do beats come to you? Do you hear something and inspires you to do it over and put a little twist on it? Like, how does that work for you?
I listen to everybody and everything that's going on out there in the world, in the real world.
Uh-huh.
Then I start listening to the past hits, and I say,
Right.
man, I would like to do something like that. but
So
I
you're
like to
incorporating it
right.
together.
I mix and mingle.
Okay.
And then I put my own little funk on it as best as possible. You know.
But I like how you doing, like, talking about men, because, you know, that's a topic that you really don't hear too much about, like somebody going inside and really exploring where they're at. You
Right.
know, taking a self-analysis of where they're at and then putting it down on paper. Then you got to decide how much of that you want to share, right? And how you want to share it. Because you also have to be lyrically with it. It has to make sense and not just sound like you're crying, so it's right?
Yeah,
You have to make your message
you want to give the
entertaining in a
image,
way, too,
you want to
right.
entertain it,
Right.
but you also want to be real to your craft.
Right.
Like, you don't want to do a piece that's like you don't really appreciate and you don't feel comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
But if that particular piece is actually a bit on the personal side and you're really comfortable with it, why not release
Why
it?
not?
Why
Right.
not allow the people to hear where your thoughts are so they can get that? You give an A side and you give a B side of your visuals and your performance side and your piece. When people are listening, like, okay, I hear where he's trying to talk to the street, but how about are you talking to my brain too? Because people think. And they like, man, why should I listen to that particular person
Right,
over and over and over
right,
18 times on the
right,
radio every
right.
day at 4 and
True.
5 and 6 and 7 o'clock?
Why should I follow you?
Why
Exactly.
should that person follow me?
Right.
So I'm trying to give them a variety of reasons. You know, I might talk to the clubs, I might talk to the streets, or I might talk to your inner self.
Right, right.
You know, because
Some
everybody's
things that you may be thinking and you don't want to say.
right. Because everybody's in a point of struggle at some point in their life
At some point over something, right?
over something.
So how long have you been producing?
I've been producing since the year 2001.
Okay.
I started my own company, Stepping Stone Productions, in 2006, right
Nice.
after my father passed away.
Oh, wow.
And since then, I've been going strong. I'm still underground. I'm located one block off the 4 train on 190th Street in Grand Davidson.
Okay.
I'm dead in the hood, so
Okay.
I'm easy to find. And it's not like a super huge studio laboratory that I have. I'm a home-based producer.
Nice.
And that's how I do it.
Do you
know?
produce for other artists as well?
I produce for other artists,
Okay.
people who hear about me, you know.
Uh-huh.
But mainly it's been like people in my neighborhood who I've been working for a long time.
Okay.
And myself.
And yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So as far as, I know you have the release,
Mm-hmm.
right? Harsh Days Grind.
Harsh Days Grind.
So tell us about that.
So Harsh Days Grind initially was an album that I started about 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
And over a period of time, I just kept working on these particular songs, and I would bounce them off my wife, your way. She happens to be recording me right now. I'd be like, you
Best
like this beat?
person, right?
You like
Best
this
person."
particular track? You like this idea? And she'd be like, yeah, I'm not feeling that one. Try that one, try that one.
She's honest. That's good
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
You
yeah.
definitely need an honest team
she's
on
my
your side.
she's my second set of ears
Good.
and eyes.
Good.
And what I did was the ones that I did like and the ones I felt good about, I made that the main list of the songs.
Okay.
And the ones that I said, you know what, I could work with them, that was like the B's. So,
Okay.
and then I just narrowed it down over the last year.
Okay.
And then within that last year, I just finished writing every song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I already
That's a
had like the
project,
beginning.
right? That's
Yeah,
it, yeah.
yeah. I set a time frame for myself,
Okay, good.
and I stuck to it.
How many songs is on there?
There's 15 songs,
Okay.
and there's like 2 instrumental snippets and an intro that's just like ambience. It's just noise.
So Harsh Days Grind.
Yeah.
What can we expect from this release right here?
You're gonna hear an underground artist, a struggling black male. You're going to hear somebody who's hungry.
Okay.
You're going to hear a little bit of current day hip hop. You're going to hear some throwback tracks. You're going to hear even a little rock. It's a mixture.
Okay, that's good.
You're going
That's
to hear a
good
little
get
R&B.
Nice variety in
Yeah,
there.
I just threw everything that I felt happy with,
Okay.
and I put it down on the CD.
So when you step outside of the industry, like you say, listen to the radio, you
Yeah.
watch the videos, you're on social media, right? What do you think about it in terms of how it relates to your music? Like, what do you think? Like, where do you think the direction of the industry is moving right now? Because it seems to change every couple of months. So as far as looking at your art and looking at what the mass majority is kind of throwing at us, where do you think you fit within that whole realm right there?
In my own space, because I don't fit in the realm
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
You know, as an individual, I'm not really commercialized at all.
Okay.
But there is room for a person like me.
Of
It's
course.
just going to take the right amount of development.
Of course.
what I feel about the industry right now, it's saturated
Okay.
with different type of images being fed to people, and
Like they're telling us what is the now.
what is the now, what is
Right?
the norm,
They
and
force feeding
they're
us.
force
Oh,
feeding
yes,
it to us,
uh-huh.
and that's why I decided I'm going to step out of that box, because in the past people gave you their heart and soul, and that's what really made hit records.
Right.
So that's I want to bring it back to that. Although
Okay.
we're living in the year 2018, going on 19,
Right.
we still
Right.
got to be individuals at the
No,
end of the
of course.
day.
You definitely still can't lose yourself
That's
by
right.
doing this. Do you like doing features? Have you done features with people?
No,
Other artists? No?
no.
Have you ever thought about that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. If I had particular artists, I would love to work with Rihanna.
Of course.
You know,
Right?
the Drake, the J. Cole's out there.
So
you know,
what is it
Pharrell.
about Drake that you would like, that you would think would compliment
I
what
like
you're
Drake.
doing?
I like Drake's songs, some particular songs, because he's not. First off, he's not afraid to sing.
No.
You know, he's a rapper, but he's
And
not
he's
afraid
even done
to
a
sing.
Spanish song recently,
Yeah.
too.
So
So he's all over. Then that's
So I feel he has
good.
versatility.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I feel like he's willing to challenge himself in any type of spectrum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's good. Keep going with it. Don't get stuck.
Don't get narrow.
Yeah, don't get stuck in
Right.
a box
Don't
and be like,
narrow.
okay, yeah,
Right.
I'm good here.
Right.
Always push yourself. Always challenge yourself.
Absolutely.
Just like, I mean, and how do you take feedback? Like if you put up a song and some artists or people listen to
good
it
question.
and they're like, oh, I don't like that. Oh, I do. Like, how do you
that's a good
take that
question.
and run back to the lab and try to tweak it? Or you like, look, this is what it is. This is my message that I want to say.
That's an excellent
How do you
question.
handle that?
Well, I've been confronted 2 times
Oh, you
with
have?
feedback
Okay.
about my project.
Okay.
And one particular friend of mine, he said, I don't like it. I don't understand the concept. What does the name mean? What does that mean? This could have been done better. That could have been done better.
Okay.
And I
We
just
do
said,
have a lot of people like that critique. Sometimes it's good.
it's natural. You know,
Right.
not everybody's going to like your work. So
Right.
I said, I get it. And I didn't really give a lot of a response. I didn't give any response, as a matter of fact. I just said, okay.
You just took it in.
I took it in.
Yeah.
I internalized it. I was like a little hurt, a little mad, naturally.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't respond like in a vicious, vile way, Because people aren't going to always understand how you think and operate,
Right.
and what materials you have to actually use to produce what you need to get done,
Because it's your vision.
Right.
It's your vision.
Right.
So, and you're the producer, you're the writer.
That's right.
And
The
doing
A to Z.
everything. Right, from A to Z. So that's good. Stand behind your work and your
Yeah.
project. But it's also good to listen and just, see, okay. Because sometimes I get stuck, depending on what hat I'm wearing.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
because you do switch hats in
Yes,
this
you do,
business.
you do.
Sometimes you be like, okay, I want it da 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 da, and then you might get you're like, okay. Well taken.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that makes sense, And the thing is, you want people to relate to your music, but like you said, everybody's not going to get it.
Absolutely.
And you need to be okay with that.
I have to be okay with
Right,
that and
as an
open to the criticism.
Okay, right.
Another person of mine, he had came to me and he gave it the full. He listened to each song.
He examined it, analyzed it,
and he
down.
said, "I'm gonna compare it to what's going on in the industry right now."
Okay.
And out of all the songs, you only have really one that could really kind of squeeze
Be
into
that
the
song that take you.
maybe, and it's still a maybe.
Okay.
And I said, okay, I get it. He said, what I would have suggested to you in ahead of time if I knew you were about to put out a release, do a single at a time. So I'm
Single
learning.
releases are very
So it's a
important, it
learning,
seems.
right? Absolutely, it's a learning process
Just
for
to
me.
test the water.
Just to test the water,
temperature and
see what
what's
people
going
like.
on, right.
Go a little fish. If it's not reeling, pull it back.
Right.
Try something else. And
Right.
if that one gets a bite, maybe you could grow on that. So for the future, who knows?
The industry has changed.
Yeah, it
right?
has. It
It
has.
has definitely
It
changed.
has.
And then marketing promotions.
Right.
That's another job. Right, like we said, the home life, the producing, the right.
Studio
And now,
life, yeah.
how many hours does marketing and promotion take?
That's its own job in itself.
Right.
That's
and when
its
you're
own
a
job
solo
in itself.
person, that's so hard. So you said you have very little sleep, right?
Very
you
little
sleep
sleep.
very little because
Very little sleep.
once you finish with everything, then you got to go back and try to post it everywhere.
Instagram, tweet. I sat there after I released the album, and every day of September, I would post that picture on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
on IG, put the link behind it every day. And I knew people were like, man, if I see that picture one more time, I'm going to go to Gabe's house and strangle him.
Right.
But that's what it takes. I mean, for people
That's
to
what
get
it
the...
takes. Long as they
to
say
get the
your
idea.
name, long as they see
you
the
know?
visual, something to constantly remind them, I'm here.
Right.
Because you would get lost so quick. You let a couple of days go by, they'll be on to somebody
They
else,
moved
right?
on. They moved on after the first week.
Oh my gosh, see, it's
So,
hard. It's definitely hard.
You get the
But
likes, and then after that, it's like, all right, I'm
they start
tired of
going
seeing it
down
now.
and down.
Next.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
Well, look, keep pushing, keep doing your thing. We got a performance coming up for you,
Yes,
so I'm
yes.
so excited.
Yes.
Where can they follow you on social media?
So I'm on Instagram. My tag is @Sensological. So that's SENSOLOGICAL. If you want to send me an email, I'm on Gmail. So that's sensomad@gmail.com. Let me spell it out for you. SENSOMAD@gmail.com.
Yes. All right. And we're going to see, what are you performing for us today?
I'm going to do a song called Mind Right.
Okay. Good. Conscious?
Conscious.
Conscious lyrics coming up, y'all. Make sure you check him out. He's in the building. And thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Deborah.
We'll be back with more, everybody. Don't go nowhere.
I gotta get my mind right. I gotta get my mood right. Good and bad times. I gotta keep my game tight. I gotta get my mind right. I gotta get my mood right. Good and bad times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out in the real world, putting up my best fight. No folding under pressure. Instead I give all my might. Call it mind over matter. No more chitter chatter. Success is what I'm after. Listen to the new mad rapper. I gotta get my mind right. I gotta get my mood right. Good and bad times. I gotta keep my game tight. I gotta get my mind right. I gotta get my mood right. Good and bad times. 5, 4, 3, 2. Can you feel me on this? And it comes hit or miss. Buzzing over my head. I'm about to jump and get a grip. Put a muzzle on them lips. Had to rewrite the script. Resume command of this ship. Dead weight, I had to strip. I gotta get my mind right. I gotta get my mood right. Good and bad times. I gotta keep my game tight. I gotta get my mind right. I gotta get my mood right. Good and bad times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You on this? Yeah. So what, I had to freestyle a little bit, so I bring it back a little bit. So what, I had to mess it up a little bit, so I had to flip it up a little bit. Either way, I'm still Sensomatic, ripping down the houses. Yeah. Cause I had to get my mind right. I gotta get my mood right. Good and bad times. I gotta keep my game tight. I gotta get my mind right. I gotta get my mood right. Good and bad times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sensomatic on the scene. New day, new scheme. Relentless grind for the cream. Gotta keep my shoulder clean. Stride with the swagger lean. On to bigger, better things. Benton beams, West Palm trees. All haters, please blow on knees. Thank you, everybody. Sensological IG. All right, I'm on IG, Instagram at Sensological, so that's SENSOLOGICAL. What else? Gmail, if you want to hit me with an email, it's sensomad@gmail.com, SENSOMAD@gmail.com. And Facebook as well, Gabriel Sensomatic Goring. That's my whole government, so you could find me. I'm there. Just search for me. But thank you.
Hey everybody, this is Deborah Coco, and welcome to the Just Gimme the Mic show, where we pass the mic to you. You can tell the world who you are and what it is that you do. Welcome. To be a featured guest on the show, make sure you